Hello and welcome. Sorry if you can hear the heater on. I turned it off, but it takes a while to turn off. Oh, there it went. Welcome, everyone. Happy Nano Day 2. I have avoided writing up until now because I always have trouble with the whole, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But hello to everyone here. Thank you for the like. And good morning. Yeah, I'm taking a different approach this Nano. Usually I end up plotting everything in the months leading up to Nano, and then I know everything that I'm going to write. This year I didn't have a single clue what I was going to be writing about until midnight on the 1st. So I'm figuring it out as I go, and that is a challenge for me. So far, the writing has become a slog, and my main character is now doing NaNoWriMo because I ran out of things to write about. So I kind of, my husband suggested some things yesterday that might make my story more interesting. So I kind of have a direction I want to take it, but no idea how I want to get it there. So what is everybody else doing and writing? Hello. I don't know how much lag there is between when people message and when I see it. Stream Hoppers Unite, yes. I had to think about what that stood for. Yeah, I've been stream hopping for like all yesterday. Sometimes I feel like being on a sprint stream is like the only way I can ever get anything done, writing or otherwise. Alright, well, I don't know if anyone else is showing up, but I should probably get us started with our first sprint. I'm going to be doing 25-minute sprints, I think. It seems like a decent amount of time, so let me get my timer set up. Reload. Let's see. I'm on my laptop today because my main computer is in the office where my husband is working, so I can't really stream from in there right now. There we go. And add present. Add timer. And there we go. Whoop. Do I want to do that? No. I think I prefer that. I don't normally play with all these. Hello. Welcome. Okay. I am going to get started with the sprint here. And if you all want to just say in chat what you're working on and maybe what your word count is if you feel comfortable sharing. I am currently sitting at, I had my window open and then I went to the NaNoWriMo forums. I don't like that they're not connected, but I used to be connected. Oh, where'd it go? Oops, I opened it in a new window. That's not what I meant to do. I am not very computer literate. So, where on earth? Oh, that's why. Don't mind me. Technical difficulties. There we go. I am at 1,687 words right now, so I still have to do all of my words from today. But I figure between now and the next 3 hours or something, I'm just gonna buckle down and get it all done. All right, so let's begin our sprint in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. There we go. How did everybody do? I ended up getting... Oops, wrong one. Where am I at? I got 639 that sprint, which is, I think, my biggest sprint so far this month. Oops, where did I go? There we go. Yes, that is the biggest sprint. I had one that was 504 yesterday, but it's my biggest one so far. All right, let's see where everybody's at. I don't remember who I've said hi to and who I have not, so let me just go down the line here. Okay, so welcome. Welcome. Ooh, at 705, that's awesome. Stream Hoppers Unite. And Stream Hoppers Unite, welcome. Jumping in a little late. Hello, Cassie, and welcome. All right. Oh, up to 1214. That's awesome. That was, wow, that's, man, how many does that make for the sprint? That was pretty good. And change the name of a character. See, I'm always the worst at that. I get a vague idea of what I want to name somebody, and then I forget about that character for a long time, and then by the time I'm writing about them again, I can't remember what their name was, so I change it, which often adds problems if you're really far into a story and you have to go back through and find the other character name. Hello, Q. Yes, I do sing. Not at the moment because I have some pretty bad asthma for unknown reasons, but I do. And currently working from home. Are you feeling better today at all? And hello. And hello. All right, let's see. Oh, 276. Take a break and get some food. Sounds good. Remember's now my busiest month, so unofficially doing Nano and wrote 42 whole words yesterday. Woo! Words are words. So good job. And hello. Oh, I did a hum-de-hum. I didn't notice, but thank you. I'm very good at hum-de-hums, I guess. Let's see, 20 total words. So you gotta write 2 more, and then it'd be a nice even 2s across. 550 from the sprint, and some writing I did this morning. Awesome. Still very dizzy, but no more emptying of the insides. Well, at least there's that, because that's no fun. See, at least when you're dizzy, you could just like lay down and not move, and then it's not as noticeable. Like if you're up and going around, that's awful. I know I had vertigo with my migraine thing a few months ago, and that was miserable. Just like turning my head would make the whole room like spin. Got some lunch and getting ready for interview recording. That's awesome. And yeah. All right. So how's everybody's projects going? Because I don't know, how prepped were you before the month started? Because I, like I said, was not prepped at all. I had no clue what I was gonna write until it was time to write, and had to basically just make it up as I went. I'm still doing that. But yeah, I'm curious if anyone's characters have like done anything so far that have surprised them. Mine started doing NaNoWriMo, which I had not been planning on doing before I started, but here we are. Let's see. The vertigo is so bad. Having to stare at a screen doing invoicing stuff. Ugh. Yeah, that sucks. an outline, but it's just a series of prompts for scenes. But see, that's at least something, because then you have an idea of what to write. Like, even if you don't know how you're gonna write it, like, I feel like if I had that, then I could just be like, okay, I need to write this scene, and then just even if you just write it terribly, then you know what you're trying to write. But yeah, I had like nothing. Zero prep, but I'm just gonna try to finish the draft with my contemporary romance and finish edits on the short stories so I could just publish them all in December. Sounds like a good plan. Oh, on top of making all my litmus videos, yeah. See, I had thought about doing like a NaNoWriMo vlog and just like either vlogging every day or like per week, doing like combined vlogs, but then I didn't film anything yesterday, so I kind of changed my mind. I don't really want to do that. I know the point of the scene and pants the rest. Makes sense. Yeah. It's very sad. All right. I am tired of coughing. So I think we should maybe start another sprint and get this timer reset. And I will probably, looking at this teapot, I'm thinking I'm going to take a quick couple minutes of this next sprint to grab myself some tea and then get back into the writing. Oh, I have some comments and timer's not loading. Let's see. I was prepped a bit. I think a lot about my stories before writing. I was surprised at what a power source, which looks like a tadpole in a clear egg, can actually do. I knew she would absorb my mermaid would release her painful power and the baby would absorb it, but it changed the baby reaching within her to draw out more magic. Let's see, how long are you streaming for today? I plan on pretty much going until I hit my word count, but probably at least until 3. So if I hit my word count early, then I'm going to go back into reading this No Problem by Chris Beatty, who is the founder of NaNoWriMo. It's kind of helping me get into the mindset of writing. And I figure in past years, I've tried to get way ahead so that if I miss a couple of days, then I stay on tap, on target. But this year, I really want to get every single badge, which includes writing the 1667 every single day. So I don't want to miss out on that. So I'm going to hit the word count anyway if I'm going for that badge. So I've decided to avoid burnout. I'm just going to write the minimum amount of words unless I'm suddenly inspired to write more. And then use the rest of my time to just sort of like refill the creative bank and think about, maybe reading books that I enjoy or like watching shows that make me feel more creative or doing other creative stuff. So hopefully that will help me from getting too burnt out. That makes a little sense. I don't know. I could kind of see what you're going for. That book is like fluff your text. Fluff. Oh, okay. Yes. All right. So let me see if I got this timer to work again because it was loading eternally for some reason. Let me just refresh it. There we go. Wait, maybe? Yes. Share screen again. Oh, not that one. There we go. YouTube has been glitchy today. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Finally got it going. So, okay, we are gonna start another 25-minute sprint as soon as I can get this going. All right, and go. Time is up. How did everybody do? That time I got, oh, hang on, let me stop my timer from, there we go. I got 536. So I just need probably one more sprint if I'm staying at this pace before I get back on track for the day, and then I can do just a bunch of creative stuff. Let's see. We've been talking about YouTube being glitchy. It was for you as well. So for this, I've noticed that if I share, if I have the timer going and then I cover up the timer and it's in the background, it stops showing on StreamYard. And so it won't, like, the time won't change. But then if I minimize it so that you can kind of see the timer behind it, then it'll keep going. So once I noticed it, I fixed it and it was okay after that. But for some reason, it doesn't want to do it correctly. I'm glad you didn't notice anything, but it definitely was doing it for the first part of the sprint. It wouldn't move. About to head into recording. Check back afterward to see if you're still going. So I'll be going until at least 3, so 2 more hours. I am Eastern time, so whatever that is, I think you're an hour before me, so it would be 2 your time. Although you're probably not even watching right now. Have to run. Thank you for joining me. Have a good rest of your day. Kind of took a break that sprint and putzed around on Facebook. I do that as well, but I think, I don't know. I'm trying my best this year to like separate my writing time and my other stuff time, like at least through sprints. Like I give myself full permission to do whatever I want as long as I'm not in a sprint. And then during a sprint, I'm only allowed to write. Still not working on my nano project. Well, whatever you're working on, I hope you get done what you are wanting to get done. Almost done with one of my work projects and 2-ish hours left of listening to 1983. Nice. 1984. I was like, wait a minute, what's that? I do recognize that. Okay, I'm guessing that's chapter 1, scene 1? Possibly on my Ko-fi? Ko-fi? How do you even say that? I feel like I have always wanted to say Ko-fi, and I've heard it said Ko-fi, but then my husband started saying it Ko-fi, and so now I'm not sure if there's like an actual correct way of saying it. A little brain dead for now. It's only noon. Just take a stretch, have a snack, go outside and feel the air for a minute, get sunlight on you, run in a circle. I don't know. You can do it. Up to 1232 out of 4,000. Wow. Are you trying to do 2,000 a day? I know a lot of people do 2,000 a day to try and stay ahead of the curve. Curve? It's not a curve, it's a straight line up, but you know what I mean. Hang out with you till you're done. Hopefully I'll catch up. Roommate woke up and wants to be chauffeured for a few minutes. Okay, cool. Back in 15. I will still be here. Good morning, Jess. Pronounced it coffee. Ah, which I mean, I guess would make sense, but it's definitely not Ko-fi. It's either Kofi or coffee. Yeah, that's what I thought, because I know it's supposed to be like, buy a coffee or whatever, but I've always said it as Kofi. Yeah, I don't know. 2K a day so you can take weekends off. That makes sense. See, if I had any kind of willpower and I don't know. If I could do that, then I would love to be able to do it that way. But if I don't set, like, insane goals for myself of, like, needing to get every single badge and, like, being a perfectionist about it, I would stop writing, the progress wouldn't go up, and then I would never write again for the entire rest of the month because it would just put me off of doing it. I definitely have plenty of past stories where I would start a project. Let me see if I can find one of my old projects that I did that with. Um, my first, let's see, not the first one. Let's take a look at whatever this one was. Goals? No. Badges? I never know. Oh, I have to look on the stats page. That's right. NaNoWriMo website changed and I don't like it, but I'm trying to get used to it. Let's see, was it this one? There we go. Let me share this and just show you what my old things look like. There you go. So you can see, like, I tried to stay on top of it. I got way ahead the first day. I was still ahead the second day, but because I had been ahead the first day, I had thought, I don't need to write as much today because I'll still be ahead. And I was still ahead. But then I wrote barely anything the next day, and then I got behind, and then I panicked and caught up, and then never wrote again. And that's kind of what happens to me when I think about, like, just staying on par or getting ahead and then trying to just stay ahead. It never works out for me. If I did, let's see, last year, was it this one? No, this is another year that I stayed on track and then stopped writing and then never wrote again because obviously I can't write more and catch up. See, this was last year when I actually won, and that's because I tried to get that badge. I missed out on the badge because I misunderstood what the badge meant. It was supposed to be, you're supposed to hit the daily word count every single day for that badge, and I misunderstood it as being at least to this graph every day, which I definitely was. But there's 4 days when I did not get high enough, and I was so mad that I did not get that one badge. But then this was 2019? Why does it say 2020? Doesn't want to. Excuse you. It's frozen. Well, that's cool. Anyway, I will stop that. Trying to do the badges, but I think I already botched the daily post one. Oh no, you didn't post yesterday? I keep hearing people say that there's a way to put it like after the fact, but I don't know how to do that. I mean, I guess I don't know, is there a time zone where it's still day one? I don't know how the time zones work. I'm so bad at that. But I know in like other countries and stuff, sometimes you're a different day from them, like over the date line. So it's like you could always change your time zone in Nano and update your word count and then change it back so it says still thinks it's yesterday. I had to change my time zone when I first started Nano this year because I used to live in the Northwest and now I live in the Midwest, and it was not letting me put in my word count and I could not understand why. And I was like trying and trying, and then I realized, oh, I had my time zone set wrong. So it didn't let me put my word count in until I changed it. Hello and welcome. Stuck at staying on par. Yeah, I'm terrible at it. Unless I have the specific, like, yes, I'm writing this many words every single day, I just will give up. Last year I know that you could add a previous writing session. Hopefully you still can. Okay, yeah. So hopefully that's still a thing. I know it was years ago and you could like change the word count per day, and then they got rid of that. And then at some point they brought it back, and I don't know if it's still back or if they got rid of it again. And yes. Ooh. Okay. So, did we already talk about word counts from this last sprint? I think I talked about mine, but oh, good. Here it is. Found it again. If you go on the stats page, you can change the date that the writing session was on. That's good to know. At 8:40 for the day, but still have so many chores to do, so I'm doing 25 minutes of sprints and then 25 minutes of chores to get up on top. Perfect. I often use sprints for non-writing related things, particularly when it's not NaNoWriMo. But I've decided like I'll do my writing for the day to get up to my word count, and then I'll use sprints the rest of the day to do other stuff to make sure that I stay creative and refilling my creative well. Like I said at the beginning of my stream, I'm reading this book right now to try and get inspiration for like story crafting and stuff like that. And once I finish up to, I have like one page left to get to current on that, because you're supposed to, there's like a chapter that you're supposed to read before each week of NaNoWriMo. And I've got like a page left to get done for this week. And then I'll probably switch to a novel that inspires me in some way, like a similar style. I know that people always say like don't read in the same genre that you're writing because it'll like mess you up or something. But for me, I feel like I need to do that to just kind of get myself in the mindset of like what I'm trying to write. And since like I kind of want my writing to feel like the writing of the books that I'm reading, because obviously I like those books and that's what I want to write like. And I mean, I can always go back over things and change it if I feel like I need it to sound more like me or something. Let's see. I'm looking for the posting for other days. Looking for the posting for other days. Is that talking about the on the NaNoWriMo website? I literally have a spinner wheel of tasks and my dice ready to go throughout the day to make me get stuff done with sprints. Yes. See, yes, I know. That's what I've heard is read a lot in your genre to get inspiration, and then read different genres while you're writing so that you don't like sound too like samey, if that makes sense. Which it's like when I heard the advice, sounded like it made sense, and a lot of people were sort of echoing it throughout like AuthorTube at the time. But I don't know. I don't like it. I want to read whatever I want. I think they specifically mean while you draft and then read your genre when you're not drafting. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. But yeah. Yeah. I definitely break the rule on that one. I mean, hey, there are no rules. You just write however you want to write. But yeah. Um, reading craft while drafting helps. Yeah, I do like to do that. It kind of helps me like, I don't know. I struggle with putting in plots and subplots and everything like that when I don't already have it planned out in advance. So reading craft type stuff kind of gives me inspiration for what I want to do with characters and things. All right. Okay. What does everybody want to do? Do we want to do another sprint right now? Or do we want to do like, I'm kind of considering doing a shorter sprint to just kind of like walk around and get some fresh air, or something to get me ready for the next sprint. Go to the upper banner to my NaNoWriMo's drop down, and then click on stats. Under progress updates, click on add new update, and you can change the date for the update. Let me look at that. Add new update. Okay, cool. That is good to know. So if I happen to miss a day, then I can still get that badge. Of course, I won't miss a day of writing, but whether I forget to update, because like I might be writing late at night and forget to update until too late. Okay, get my windows back where I want them. Why is this doing this to me? We want to do a 15-minute? We can do that. Short sprint is good. Doesn't let you, that's odd. Are you trying to edit a previous one or add a new one? Because I haven't tried adding a new one yet, but it's interesting. Okay, let me set this up with 15 minutes on the clock. And YouTube is definitely being glitchy unless it's just my internet. Because it is not wanting to. There we go. Present. Share screen. Timer. Allow. There we go. Okay. We are going to start a 15-minute sprint to stretch your legs, get food, whatever you're wanting to do. You can use it to write if you want. In 3, 2, 1, go. time is up. How did we do? What did everyone spend that sprint on? I went and got some fresh air outside and walked around a bit and got a little inspiration for a descriptive thing that I jotted down in a notebook, and I'm not going to add that toward my word count yet because I don't know if or when or where I'll use it, but now I've got a little description there. So maybe on a future day when I'm running out of words, I can grab that and do something with it. All right. While we were sprinting, we got a new person in chat. Welcome. Good to see you. And then yeah, I was trying to turn off my camera and turned off the timer instead. Made lunch, started dishwasher and laundry. That's cool. Issues with the nanosite. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I might know what the issue is. Let me see if I can share my screen again. Oh, that's the... Okay, no, that is the right place. So let me go... Oops. Would you let me click? My goodness. This is not wanting to listen to me today. I'm wondering if it's just my internet is bogged down. Okay, going to the stats page. So, let me see if I'm able to present a different... Gotta do a different thing. Stats, there we go. So I think where you're supposed to go is down here. Instead, you don't add from up here where you're supposed to like add a word count. What you do is you go down here to the bottom and say add new update, and then you can change the date from there. And it'll let you click yesterday and say that you did other words. Then other words, I'm just saying words at this point. So yeah, that's where you're supposed to go for that. I don't know if you were trying to change the date from up here, because that'll let you change the time but not the date. Let's see. Posted and corrected a few things from the first scene of the Nano project. Hello and welcome. That's a different screen than you get. I'm curious what you're seeing. You're on the main site on the stats page? Interesting. I don't know what to tell you. I wonder if maybe it shows up different in a different browser? You could try that, but I honestly don't know because not knowing what you're seeing. The only thing I can say is like make sure you're for sure on the stats page, which is you coming up to the My NaNoWriMo and clicking stats, because when you first log in, you're going to be like down here. But if you go over to stats, then that's when this pops up. Oh, you had to refresh. Okay, cool. Glad you got there. Let's see. Is the stats page the same I don't know what that was in reference to. Hello? Let's see. Finish the laundry. Nice. Okay, cool. All caught up again. Right, so welcome to anybody new. Oh, here we go. Didn't get any writing done. They wanted to help Sako. Yes, very important. Had to get her able to put her words in. All right, so I've got another hour and 15-ish minutes left to try and get the rest of these words done for the day. And I've got it bothers me now that it doesn't say how many words you need to write today. It says like it always used to say like words left needed to reach your goal or whatever. And now it just says like a percentage and it says how many words you've written out of the total, which is like that's not what I want to know. I want to see the little number of what I have left. That's less intimidating. But yep. You can do this, however, the problem with that is if you're close to a like a benchmark or like a milestone, it's possible to accidentally get a badge too early, which on the one hand is like not the biggest deal if you're going to be getting it anyway, but on the other hand, it's like it can be sort of it can put the wind out of your sails a little if you feel like you've already got the badge and you didn't earn it, if that makes any sense. Because like I've definitely done that in a past year where I accidentally like added a digit to whatever my word count was, and it like gave me all of these badges and it made it look like I was so much further along. And then when I adjusted the word count, it didn't take the badge away. I don't know if that's still how it works, but it made it very hard to reach those same milestones because I wasn't looking forward to getting that badge anymore. Yes. All right. I feel like we should do another sprint, and I want to get all my words done so that I can stop having them looming over me, and then I can do fun things. It'll only show you how many words you need to get if you are below the graph line. So if you are above, it is 0. But I'm not above. Don't think. No. I'm still a few hundred words under, and it's only saying how many words I've written. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know. Let's see. I've done that. Typed 5,000 instead of 500. Was able to delete it and added the 500. Yeah. Yeah, you can fix that. But yeah, like I said, hopefully it's not still the case that it would accidentally give you the badge that you didn't earn or something. All right, let's get started with another sprint. I'm gonna, let's see, stop this and add my timer back in. Timer. Bring that back to the start. And let's get started in 3, 2, 1, as soon as it'll start. Come on. Come on. You can do it, little teapot. Why does it automatically put my time like in the middle of it? That's dumb. Oops. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. And go. Welcome back. How did everyone do? That sprint I got 473 words, and I am sitting at 3,335 words for the day, so I hit my word count. So that's exciting. And almost an hour early. Let's see. Where we're at. Yeah, glitchy YouTube. Last year. Okay, so this is more about the web page and everything. Welcome back. How did your interview go? I have to go out to Sun's bus stop in about 20 minutes. Have time anxiety, so I couldn't write right now, knowing I have to stop so soon. Yeah, I'm the same way. I have the hardest time trying to get anything done when I'm about to do something else. I write out of order, so today I'm going through my massive out of order folder. Nice. I mean, I can't really say anything for how I'm writing this story because it's kind of bizarre. But normally the way I write is I'll have like an idea for how I want to start. And so I'll be going along writing like chapter 1 and then moving into chapter 2. And then at some point I kind of give up and then I just start writing the exciting scenes and I'm skipping around through the story and I can kind of tend to get lost, but you know, whatever. One thing that I have found that kind of helps if you write out of order though is if you change your font color or highlight a section that you're working on that is later in the story so that you can easily go back and find your spot if you think of, you know, if just so you know like where to keep writing to sort of connect that to your story. So in one of my, I think it was my 2019 nano project, I had so many scenes that I'd written out of order and I was starting to lose track of them. So I just made every scene that was distinctly separate and not leading from one to another a different color from each other. And then when I went back through after NaNoWriMo to like connect them, I could just write until I got to that scene and then change the color of that whole section and then write until I got to the next one and that way I knew like where I still needed to add like transitions and things like that. Let's see. Oops. I wrote 2 words. Yay! But I moved 8 scenes to the right place in my manuscript, so that's good. Interview was good. Done with Emma Bennett. That's good. It's exciting. All right. Let's see. Ooh, what's this? A group called Puzzlers. Skip around to have days just like today. Scrivener. Okay. I've heard of Scrivener quite a bit in the AuthorTube community, but I just can't justify paying money for something that I do so infrequently. So I really just use Google Docs. At some point, you know, if I ever write like more full time, I might play around with different softwares and things, but I just I already spend too much money on hobbies that I don't do enough. So I mean, I sew and I crochet, and those are big ways to waste money. I always learn so much from authors we interview. That's good. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. All right. So, let me think of a good question for you guys. I had one, and then I completely forgot what it was. I feel like it was something about characters, but instead of that, how about I'll ask, do you guys do like prizes for yourself for like set goal and reward systems through NaNoWriMo? I've done it more in previous years, but I'm still I'm trying to figure out what I want my prizes this year to be. One year I think I've got a video on my channel of like how I set up my bullet journal that year, and I had this whole like NaNoWriMo section where I had like different places that I wanted to go write, and I made like a little passport where I could stamp each time I went and wrote in those different spaces. Of course, this was pre-COVID, so all the cafes and libraries and bookstores were all like open and good for hanging out in and stuff. That's kind of getting that way again, but it's been a while since I've gone and written in a cafe. But then I also set up different like word count rewards. So like at 25,000 words, I had it set up to where I would go into like a library or a bookstore and find where my book would be on the shelf. Like I would find my genre area, like the section of the bookstore or library, find where my name would be, and it was like kind of exciting to be like, this is where I would be. And so I made myself wait till I got to 25,000 to get to that point. And then I find myself like defaulting to food rewards. So like my reward this year is if I hit my word count for the day, I'm allowed one of these guys, which the pumpkins are the superior Reese's shape. Just saying. I like all of the specific shaped ones just because I feel like somehow being shaped differently makes it taste better than the cups. I don't know. And then yeah, what other rewards do I have set up? Sometimes like certain word count goals, I'll get like NaNoWriMo merch. Like at some point I want one of my earlier oh my goodness, I'm having the hardest time coming up with what I'm trying to say lately. It's fatigue and brain fog for the past 2-3 years has been insane. So I talk so slowly now. One of my earlier goals, which I haven't set yet, but I want to get the participant shirt from NaNoWriMo because I feel like it's cuter than the winner shirt, but I might want both. I don't know. I haven't decided. Let's see. Where am I? Wow, there's been a lot of chat since I've been talking. Okay, trying to write this one in order. I think I'm going to jump around to meet the word count. Up to 1620 and writing new content. Okay. Back from switching laundry and wrangling a parrot. Ah, yes. 251 words. Nice. End up jumping around, especially when I don't know what I want to do to bridge another scene. Makes sense. Mambo thinks hanging up the laundry means that it's her jungle gym now. Oh, well, obviously. That's the rules. You want a really good application for writing and you don't want to pay, try YWriter by Spacejump. I'll have to look into that. What makes that different from, like, what sort of features does it have? Parrot wrangling. These sprint groups help me stay on task even if I'm not writing actual words. I will do that in a bit. Yeah. I use sprints for, like, everything. Like, if I'm having a really unproductive day, then I'll just sprint hop all day and use that to get my laundry done, the dishes done, everything that I need to get done. I'll just use sprints for. The author of YWriter is Australian. Who also happens to code. Okay. Rewards. Promise my Dunkin' coffee every 5K words. See, that sounds like a good plan. You're on a Mac. Scrivener is awesome. Let's see. Sometimes I set a reward, but the completion of a goal gives me immense satisfaction, and I rarely take the reward. Yeah, it is really nice to hit like each of those like goalposts, milestones, benchmarks. I have so many words that I can't ever decide which one I'm trying to say. Such a sweet thought for the finding your name on the shelf, I think, or where your name would be. Yeah, the trees are pretty good too, yeah. Gifting myself a couple hours for spa things every 10K. That's cool. That's a good idea. 10K I usually buy merch. Nice. Interesting. Lots of self-care. 12-day spa advent during Preptober, so I'll use those prizes then. Okay. Cool. All right, I'm all cut up. I've got another half an hour, so let's maybe start another sprint. I'm gonna use this one to grab myself another drink and get settled in with a book that I can read for fun now that I'm done writing. And then we can wrap up before 3. So let's get that set up. Bring the time back. Glitchy YouTube. For some reason, not wanting to listen to me today. Yep, wants me to go back to the middle of the video again for who knows what reason. And go. And time is up. How did we all do? I didn't write a single word because I already hit my word count, so I got to take a nice restful sprint. Oops, let me get rid of this. And walk around and stretch my legs, and I got me some more coffee. I picked out a book that I'm going to read later, which you can see it's called My Unfair Godmother, which I just threw on the floor. Another. But yeah, that is the second in, I think it's the second. Yes, it's the second in a series written by one of my favorite authors, Jeanette Rallison. Highly recommend. But I feel like it's a little more fantasy than my story is, but it's got the same sort of like character vibe that I'm going for. So hopefully that'll help me get more into the spirit of the story. So how did everybody else do? We'd been, let's see, where were we? Oh yeah, talking about Y Rider. I looked it up a little bit. It does look interesting. Excuse me. My issue with like technology stuff is with different softwares, there's always that hurdle like of me learning how to use the software before I feel comfortable using it. And that generally puts me off from trying new things for quite a while. So I have no idea if I would end up benefiting from it or not, but yes, free softwares are always nice. Yeah, yes. And then I don't know if she's back or not, but goodbye. I thanked her for joining us. Yeah, he's and free. Check out Y Ride if you're interested. Let's see. Okay, where are we? 307 words and finish that chapter. Nice. Discovering that I can write when people are talking, so I'm listening to Imaginarium's podcast new episode, which is about Nano. That's kind of cool. I am not able to write when people are talking. I think years ago I probably would have been able to, but the more I struggle with chronic fatigue and brain fog, the harder it is for me to focus on anything, even if there's silence. So, yeah, I can't even listen to music that has words. Started in the middle of the sprint, but got through 44. Nice. 1932 now, which doesn't suck. I'll take a small break at 2K. That sounds like a good plan. Moved a few more scenes over, and then I wrote a bit, getting inspired, 221 words. That's nice. I always love when you get random bursts of inspiration. I can often struggle with feeling inspired, and definitely have these past couple of days. I'm really just working off of pure grit and determination that I'm actually going to write something and no amount of actual creative inspiration. Let's see. I think I get it from listening to YouTube while in the chat. Gotcha. All right. So let's have another question for everybody. What do you guys like to eat and or drink while you're writing? I tend to stray towards coffee, but I also really like tea, generally if I'm writing in the evenings. And then for snacks, I feel like chocolate and popcorn are the two things that I, for some reason, associate with writing. It makes no sense because they're not really like laptop friendly foods. Because like then get your fingers all greasy or whatever, the popcorn especially. But for some reason, I feel like that's a writing food for me. And then, so for coffee, I always have decaf because I have POTS, I'm not supposed to have a lot of caffeine. So there's like a small amount of caffeine in decaf and in chocolate, which I generally put in it anyway, but I have decaf, so I feel like I'm getting more than I am. And then for teas, I have a lot of like different loose leaf teas that I got some from Ren Fair and then some from a little shop that we visited while we were in Tennessee. There were some cool flavors of teas. So that's always fun. Let's see. Start my mornings with yummy coffee and have some pumpkin and sugar cookies waiting for me. Ooh, that's good. In past years, I would write in cafes, and there was this one cafe I'd go to. It's since closed down because of COVID, so it's very sad. But they had these amazing, like fresh baked chocolate chip cookies, and they'd have big, like chunks of sea salt over the top of them, and they were so good. They were these like giant, warm, fresh out of the oven cookies with salt on them, and they were so, so good. And I would get one of those every time I'd go there. My mouth's like watering thinking about it, and I miss those cookies so much. Try to chug water, but coffee is a luxury. Yeah, dark chocolate peanut M&Ms. I'm horrible at drinking water. I have to drink like sparkling water or like herbal tea or something so I can get hydrated. But I'm horrible about just actual water. If I'm going to drink water that isn't sparkling water, it's got to be spring water and it's got to be cold enough. It can't have sat in a plastic bottle for too long or else it starts to smell like the plastic and throws me off. I'm a water snob. Start with coffee and switch over to herbal tea for the rest of the day. Wish I could handle coffee all day long. Yeah. I start with coffee. Something about I really enjoy tea, but it feels wrong to me to drink tea in the morning. I think it's just that I'm used to drinking coffee, but it's like I wake up in the morning and if I think about drinking tea, it's like, no, I want coffee. And so I guess it's almost 3 o'clock here, but it still feels like morning-ish to me, so I'm still doing okay with the coffee, and it's decaf anyway. But if I was to start writing in the evening, then it would feel like a tea type of writing session. Can't explain why. Yeah. It's so sad they closed. So many places closed that I loved during COVID. Out of water at the moment. A break for water. Okay. Good. Get hydrated. It's very good to stay hydrated. And the stream is just about over. Got 3 minutes left. So hopefully everybody was able to get a bunch of words in. I guess good luck to all of you if you have more words to get done, or if you don't, then good luck with the rest of Nano. Oh, what? Everything has to go off at once here. Mama starts screeching, get a phone call, the sprint ends, my other phone starts going off. Oh no, chaos. 2015 words today. Nice, and finish the chapter. Brain melt. Wait, what is that in reference to? Just in general, I don't know. I'm like trying to this month force myself when I hit my word count, I'm not allowed to think about the writing anymore. Like I don't want my mind to feel all like bogged down and everything by like having it looming on me that I still have so many words to write because I know I hit my word count and I know I'm going to write every day. So I can think about it then and I don't have to think about it now. So now I get to do fun things. But all right. Thank you everybody for coming and helping me reach my word count for the day. I don't know when I'll stream next. I'd like to stream at least once a week, and I might stream some more afternoons. Does this time work for everybody that I streamed today? I mean, I try to look at the spreadsheet. If anyone, actually, let me put that in chat because it's a really good place if you're looking for more sprints to watch. I was trying to look for sort of a gap where there weren't as many people trying to stream at the same time. So I might, in the future, stream more during this time. Cool, works for you. All right. Well, have a good day, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye.